What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be rocking the M16, playing on Moscow, and I'm just going to let you guys know now, this gameplay is insanely saucy, just like every gameplay I try to get on this channel. I try to get you guys the best of the best. It's on a very rare occasion where I have to give you guys absolute garbage. Usually, you guys see probably my best clips on this YouTube channel. That's why I always try to separate my Twitch channel from my YouTube channel, because I want Twitch stuff to stay on Twitch, and then when I make YouTube content, I want to try to grind and make sure I get the best of the best for you guys to see over on YouTube as well. Also, with that being mentioned, if you guys want to watch any of my personal live gameplay or see me do any updates or check out new things that are happening in Call of Duty live and in action in the moment, you guys can go ahead and follow my Twitch account. The link to that stuff is down in the description. We have a blast over there, but that's besides the point. Today, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 6 once again, and there's been some news that's been revolving over on Twitter, and once again, if you guys want to follow me over on there, link to that is in the description as well. But there's been some controversy, I would say, between the Battlefield community about specific thing that's been going on, and there's rumors currently going around that Battlefield 6 is not going to be for last-gen consoles. So PS4 and Xbox Ones won't be able to play Battlefield 6, but any new generation consoles, the next gen, are going to be able to play this game. Now, once again, there's a lot of different opinions about this topic, and I can understand where everybody's coming from. A lot of people are angry about this because, obviously, one, it's hard to get your hands on a next-gen console. Two, they're already expensive enough. People might just not have the budget, they might not have the extra cash, and they might just be having a lot of struggles right now. Don't forget, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Some people are still not back at work. They're losing money. They don't have any cash to be spending on a next-gen console when they have a perfectly working, Xbox One or PS4. Why would they bother upgrading in this current moment? And three, the next-gen consoles just came out. They were just recently released. And usually, when a brand new console is recently released, I would say maybe 1, 2, possibly even 3 years down the road, a new game will go ahead and make the game for the past-gen console, and also for the next-gen console. Now, Battlefield 5 was never made for next-gen, and it was never even produced during the next-gen time. But right now, when a next-gen console is just releasing, and also Battlefield 6 was in production, knowing that there's going to be a next-gen console being released, they should have been able to make it for the previous hardware, and for the future hardware as well, to make sure the game is able to run on everything. So yes, I completely understand where some people are angry about this topic. But at the same exact time, I can completely understand why people are happy about this. And again, I know I might get some hate for this because I'm kind of leaning towards them not making it for last gen. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of leaning towards that direction because no game that I personally know of has ever released in a good form when it comes to making games for both last gen and next gen. And they come from a Call of Duty fan as well, a hardcore Call of Duty fan. Every COD game that's been made in this current state has turned out awful. Even if other people do enjoy the games, like me personally, like Call of Duty Ghost. I enjoyed that game. I thought Call of Duty Ghost was a pretty decent game, but from the mass majority of the community, they hated it. Advanced Warfare, mass majority of the community hated it. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, once again, everybody hates it. The game is honestly, in my personal opinion, dead right now. I think everybody moved back to Modern Warfare to play Warzone and just Modern Warfare multiplayer at the moment. Cold War multiplayer is just, it's a little toasty. A lot of times I just keep finding the same players over and over and over again. I don't know if it's a PC thing or maybe the servers are all bonked up, but Cold War seems a little dead, and it's a reason why, because nobody likes it. Once again, something that is similar between each and every one of these games is the fact that they were made on both last gen and next gen. Now, the reason this is all happening is because it's so much additional work. And also, I forgot, Black Ops 3. My God. You know what? I need to go and see if I can find an image. If I can find an image, I'm going to show it up right here. If I don't, I'm just going to completely ignore it. But Black Ops 3, it was a massive difference from last gen to next gen. It was horrible. If you got Black Ops 3 for PlayStation 3 instead of the PlayStation 4, it was screwed. It was screwed. The graphics looked awful. The textures weren't loading in. It looked like they didn't put any effort into it. And the reason they didn't put any effort into it is because it takes way too much effort. If they focused more on trying to make it for last gen and for next gen, the complete game overall would have been crap. They wouldn't have enough time nor resources to make sure that Black Ops 3 would have been playable. So they sacrificed the old game for PlayStation 3. They sacrificed the quality of that to make sure the overall game performs perfectly. But games like Advanced Warfare, Ghost, and Black Ops Cold War, they didn't sacrifice anything. They tried to make it equal on both playing fields, which honestly is the best option because that's fair, If you're not going to make it equal for both playing fields, just don't make the game at all. Like, they shouldn't have made Black Ops 3 for PlayStation 3. They should have just said, forget it. We're making it for PlayStation 4. That's it. We're not going to worry about it. Leave it alone. But at the end of the day, they didn't. They made it a very crappy version. People still played it. It's whatever. But at the end of the day, the game was still normal. But all the other games, it was a disaster. They had too much stress. They had to completely recode and remake each game. Call of Duty Ghost, Black Ops Cold War, and Advanced Warfare. They had to remake all those games for both last gen and next gen from scratch. And because of this, they didn't have enough time to make sure the games just played good overall. They're too busy trying to make something work for 2 different platforms. Actually, scratch that, because it's last gen and current gen for both platforms. So Xbox and PlayStation, so 4 different consoles that had to make it on, and PlayStation that had to optimize it on. That had to make sure that each game was optimized for 5 different systems instead of just 3. That's a lot of extra work, and that's why those Call of Duty games failed. And like I said, being a Call of Duty fan and seeing all of these things happen to this franchise is worrying me, because if they do go ahead and make Battlefield 6 for last gen and current gen, I don't think it's going to turn out to be a good game. They already cut off production for Battlefield 5. They cut off production for Star Wars Battlefront 2. They took away the main team from Need for Speed and pushed their game back so they can come work on Battlefield 6. They brought in everybody, all hands on deck, to make sure that this game comes out perfect. Now you might think this is a great thing, with all these people, all these resources, they should be able to make it on last gen and current gen. And honestly, yeah, I do agree. I think that they should be able to make that with all those people. If it was just the one studio, EA DICE, and that's it, not even LA, not the team that was working on Need for Speed, none of those guys, just EA DICE, that's it, then it would be a disaster if they had to make it on last gen and next gen. But because they have all these different, very talented individuals and talented teams working with them right now, they could probably make it on last gen and next gen. But they're really trying to push this game further, and the way that they're advertising this game and the way that they're trying to push this game makes it seem like they want it to be something that we've never seen before, something that we've never experienced before. And, I hear this all the time from the developers. We hear this constantly that, oh, this is going to change everything you know about gaming. This brand new feature is going to make everything different. But for some reason, I believe that EA has something really good in store, because something after Battlefield 5, we need something that's insane. We can't get an average game. Battlefield is really in a horrible situation right now. They're in an awful situation. 3 years of Battlefield 5 was a disaster. We need something new, fresh, and something that feels more insane. If they make something that's going to flop, if they make something that's just going to be mediocre or average, the franchise is going to flop, and EA knows this, so they're going all out. And if they only focus on next gen, that means they only have to worry about, 3 different consoles? The PlayStation next gen, Xbox next gen, and then PC, of course. That's all they have to worry about. But if they do everything, once again, it's going to be 5 different systems that they need to optimize all these different things. And they're talking about next level destruction, next level gameplay. They're maxing out the player count. I mean, come on now. The last gen consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it could barely run Battlefield as it is. It could barely run Battlefield as it is. And now they're trying to double the intensity that Battlefield is at its core. And people are really thinking this is going to be able to work on a last-gen console. I don't think it will. I seriously think that it's going to run so poorly on a last-gen console that, once again, they're just going to scrap the idea and make it for next-gen. Now, they might lose profit because of this, because obviously, the less consoles that the game is on, the harder it is for them to get more sales. Less people are going to be able to obtain this game. But I did see some people over on Twitter making a couple of good points about how they're probably just going to add it on the Game Pass for Xbox, so, more people can get their hands on this title without having to worry about having the last-gen console, making it a little bit more, I guess, free-to-play aspect to this game, along with a free BR that might be possibly coming into the works. I don't think they will really need to worry about last gen being a problem when it comes to sales. Once again, like I said, Black Ops 3, they didn't have to worry about it. They made a last gen game, but I don't think that really affected their sales. Black Ops 3 did amazing on PlayStation 4, and I think eventually everybody is going to sooner or later move on to next gen, and it won't be an issue for Battlefield 6. Especially if the next Battlefield title can prove what next gen is going to be, they could really make a lot of sales for the next gen console. Seriously, think about it. There hasn't been a lot of games that are showing off the new hardware that's been coming out. Nothing that's really going to make your eyes pop and say, wow, that's actually insane. That's a really massive difference from what I got now. There's no reason to upgrade from a PlayStation 4 up to the next PlayStation console. There's not a reason to do it because there's nothing too special to play. But if you see something so massive in scale and performance, so that might just change someone's mind. That might say, oh, wow, look at that game. That looks insane. My console right now could never run that, but if I upgrade, I could actually play this brand new experience. And if Xbox is deciding to do this with Battlefield, because I do believe Battlefield is an Xbox or Microsoft title, just like how Call of Duty is a PlayStation title, and Call of Duty gets exclusive content with PlayStation. Same thing with Battlefield for Xbox, I'm pretty sure. So if Xbox is going to try to use Battlefield 6 as their next gen, launching title, as to, really get people to want to purchase next gen consoles to be able to manage to play this brand new insane game, there's not a chance they're going to make any version of this game for last gen. Because if they're going to completely deck it out and make sure it's maxed out to the top to work for next gen material, the last gen just won't simply be able to run it. If they were to make the new Battlefield game on last gen, they would have to lower the player count, they would have to lower the destruction, and honestly at that point it wouldn't be the same game, and they would have to change so many different factors. It would be so much extra work and hard work on top of that. It would take so much main time away from the core game, which altogether would make the main game trash because they don't have enough time to focus on making sure it's good. They're too busy working on last gen and current gen to make sure both games are semi-polished to push out to the public, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just a rumor that's not coming out for last gen, but I'm very curious to see what your guys' opinions are. Make sure you go down in the comments section. Do you guys think that they're going to make Battlefield 6 for last gen? Do you think it'll be good if they make it for last gen? Me personally, I think it's going to cause too many problems. And at the end of the day, it's going to make sure that Battlefield turns out awful, and we don't need that from Battlefield this year. After Battlefield 5, we really need something solid here, so I'm just hoping for the best. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. By all means, if you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both links are down in the description, and also catch your live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.